Hey everybody, welcome to Board Online, Board Offline. Today we've got the second and final part of our Tapestry gameplay series. Now this one's going a little bit longer than I usually try to keep them below 45 minutes, but I just figured instead of breaking this up into two more parts, part 2 and 3, I just put it all together in part 2, and that way you can enjoy it all at once. So now I do want to mention our sponsor, Board Game Co. This is a website where you can go and buy games, sell games, and trade games over there. They have a whole system set up for trading. They have a whole value system for different games they're looking for, value system for the games they have. Lots of fantastic options over there for you if you're looking to buy games. Great prices over there, great selection. Be sure to go check them out. Board Game Co. is a great way to buy, sell, and trade your way into a better collection. Also, these t-shirts are from Mr. Meeple. There's a link in the description for both Mr. Meeple and Board Game Co. So be sure to check both those great companies out. Okay, so let's get down to the table. And when we last left off, I was doing pretty good. Felt all right about where I was. Let's see if I can finally take down the level 2 Automa. So the Automa is going to be all tracks are viable. It's going to use the military track. So now, okay, so this symbol right here is the symbol for to indicate that the player should receive a Tapestry card whenever they trigger that symbol. Meanwhile, as you can see in the corner of your screen where I've got the Automa's level 2 card, that symbol for receive a Tapestry card is slightly tilted. It's the symbol there on the third column, second down. It's slightly tilted to the right. So I'm not sure if this symbol is supposed to be different, and therefore this is considered a different symbol entirely, because as you can see on this benefits card for the Automa, the symbol is tilted here as well. So it's possible that the Automa is only supposed to receive Tapestry cards when the tilted symbol triggers, but I've been playing, this is something I've only recently realized, and I've been playing that it gets it every time that it triggers one of these symbols as well, which it just did up on the military track. So I'm going to keep playing that way. I actually just posted in the Board Game Geek forum my question about that, so we'll see if I get a response during the filming of this video, in which case I can let you know. But since it did get to that Tapestry card right there, we will go ahead and give it one face down Tapestry card. All right, and then the Shadow Empire is going to go for the track that is nearest a landmark or the end. So let's see, he's got a landmark right here, right there. So this is the one. This is the one right here that the Shadow Empire will move on, which really sucks that it ends up taking that from me. So it gets the lighthouse, which gets placed right here. And so, for instance, on this next income phase right now, you can see there's the landmark symbol times 2. So the Automa will be getting 2 victory points for this landmark. Okay, so my turn again. So let's think about what we can do here. I'm still, like I said, the 2 tracks I'm focusing on, military and exploration. I'm still a decent ways ahead of the Automa over on military. Meanwhile, the Shadow Empire is just, this is their favorite track, so they're probably going to keep pushing. I think I need to work on getting past the Shadow Empire, getting up ahead of them, and trying to claim this next landmark before they do. Yeah, so to move in, I'm moving into tier 2 here. Adjust the camera angle slightly so you can see it. Moving into tier 2 here, which is going to cost me 1 food and then 1 of any other resource. So 1 food, and I think we'll do 1 coin. So that moves me here. And first thing I get a exploration tile. What do we have? All right, so this will give me a farm. Okay, and then I get to explore as well. All right, so remember that when I'm doing this, I need to keep in mind that for me at the end of the game, because I'm the isolationist, final income turns score victory points for the largest connected landmass of the same terrain type you control. Now I can explore any empty hex adjacent to an area that I currently control, which is these 3 areas that I'm in. And I mean, if you look here, we already have 1, 2, 3 right there. So if we were to take over these 3 sections, we could keep building off of that. I do have these grasslands right here. I think that's what they're called. That's probably my best bet. And if I did it something like this, then I could keep pushing grasslands down this way, or even like this. Either way, I kind of like the way it looks like that. Keep pushing grasslands down this way. So yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. And yeah, this is actually the better orientation too, because if I did it this way, then this side wouldn't be connected to something that it's the same as. So that would be less victory points, but I do it this way. And now I've got 1, 2, 3. I don't think there's any way. No. Okay. So yeah, here we go. So we've got 1, 2, 3 sides. That gives me 3 victory points. So that gets me to 17 points. And then I get another. Funny thing is, I'm not even trying to get these. These aren't really important for me. You find these, the markets along the tech track is where you build these mostly, but I'm getting a bunch of them. Okay, so where do we want to put this? I think we decided we're going to try to complete this row right here. So we will put it right there. It seems like as good a spot as any. One more right there, and then the row will be completed. All right, so moving back to the Automa, we have every track is viable. He's going to use the science track, which means he's going to roll the science die. Exploration, he's going to move here. So now he's going to explore. So in order to explore, it's similar to the conquering, but a little less aggressive. So you can see right here, to explore, valid hexes are all hexes the Automa can legally explore are valid. All right, so the Automa, in this case, could explore here, 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 and here. All right, so then tiebreakers. If the Automa doesn't have the military track as its favorite, which it does not, the Automa's favorite is the tech track. So then only valid hexes furthest from territories I control remain valid. So it has to be the ones that are furthest. So these 2 are obviously out. So I believe these 2 are going to be equal distance away from territories I control. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. They're equal distance. So then we have to use the hex tiebreaker to pick one hex among the valid ones. The hex tiebreaker is this right here. So what that means is we start with the dark black arrow and then go to the gray arrow. We start up here and slide down. Well, none of those are the valid hexes, right? Obviously, because the valid hexes are all down here. So then we would go to this row and then this row and keep working until we hit a valid hex. So the first valid hex we hit is this one. That's where they're going to explore. They take a exploration tile, just like with conquering, put it on a random orientation and flip it. And there you go. So then for the Shadow Empire, whichever track they are closest to the end with, which I believe is exploration again. See how they just start piling up on the same one? Move there. All right, so I am going to match. I'm going to match what the Shadow Empire just did. And again, it will cost me 1 food and then 1 resource. So I'll go ahead and do the food and the coin. Move up. So first I'm getting ships. I get 1 victory point per area I control, which I control 3 areas. So that moves me up to 20. And then I can pay 1 resource to gain a farm, right? Yeah, farm. And I'm going to do that. So I will spend that culture and get this farm. You can see that actually unlocks farming. So I'll get 2 food now every turn, every income turn. And I'll put this here. And what that's going to do now is every income turn, that completed row is going to give me 1 victory point. So by the way, don't let the gap there between me and the Automa fool you. At the beginning of the game, I find myself frequently pulling ahead of the Automa. And then as they get into their 3rd, 4th, and especially that 5th income turn, I'd say especially the 4th and the 5th income turns, they really start piling the points on. So don't start feeling bad for the Automa if I start pulling away, because the Automa is going to catch up almost assuredly. Speaking of which, it is the Automa's turn now. So here we've got all tracks are valid. So the Automa will use the tech track. And see, there's another landmark. This time the tech landmark, which is the forge. Oh. There it is right there. And the Automa is going to wipe the board clean of all of this. See, I probably should have tried to grab that dynamite, because that would have been really good for me. But there's other techs out there. So let's see what we're going to have come up next. We have transistors. So get coin for level 2 transistors, and then culture, and I believe that means get 1 culture and 4 victory points. Yeah, that's what that means. Get 1 culture and 4 victory points. Assembly line. This one is cool, especially if you have a couple powerful tech cards in addition to it. So at level 2, you're going to be able to reactivate any level 3 techs you had, and you get the upgrade bonus of that level 3 tech. And at level 3, you reactivate any level 2 techs that you have and get that upgrade bonus. So that's a cool one, depending on what you've got already on your tech track. Already invented. And then we've got vaccines. Level 2, you can go up on the science track without gaining the benefit. And then, oh, wait a minute. I just realized something. Oh, let me finish this. And then level 3 is you get to go up on, oh no, you get victory points. Excuse me, you get victory points for how far you are up on the science track. By the way, when he rolled that, he did get to go up on the explore track, but he would not have gotten to explore. So this actually is not there, because that's what that X means, is you get to advance, but you don't get the bonus. So, or you don't get the benefit. So I'm going to actually get rid of this. I'll shuffle it back in to one of these piles. And then we have the Shadow Empire, closest one to the end or to a landmark. Well, let's see, this one is 2 away from a landmark. This one is not near a landmark or the end. That one is 4, okay. This one is 1, 2, 3. So see, again, this one's gonna move. He's gonna get there. I can feel it. All right, so I did just double check Board Game Geek, and it turns out that this was an inconsistency, but that in fact this is supposed to mean, or that the straight up and down one, not this one because the Automa doesn't get bonuses, but the straight up and down ones do mean that the Automa gains a Tapestry card as well. So I have been playing correctly this whole time. That's good to know. Okay, moving along. Next up, we only have culture left. I don't see anything over here that is particularly great for me in the tech cards that make me really want to go get a tech card right now. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and use my last 2 culture points to advance on the military track. So that will allow me to conquer and then place an armory. And I don't have any real need to go over here and conquer the Automa. I think because I really want to do is take control of this landmass I'm building. So I will go on and conquer here. No need to put that extra cube there. Well, no, you know what? Let's conquer here, because if the Automa starts working his way this way, I don't want him to take the landmass that I'm trying to take control of. And I will put one of those 4 cubes there. So now I need to roll these. So either 4 victory points or the reward for that space. Well, there is no reward on that space because that's one of the initial spaces at the beginning of the game. So I'll take the 4 victory points. Puts me at 24. And that's going to be the next turn will be the next income turn for me. So let's see what the Automa is going to do in response. And the Automa, these are the last 2 cards in the Automa deck as well. So they're actually going to take their income turn now, just sneaking right ahead of me to take their income turn. All right. All right. So the first thing the Automa is going to do is check to make sure it's on that its favorite tracks are going to stay its favorite tracks. Over here, the Automa is in the lead on the tech track. Here, the Shadow Empire is in the lead on that track, so they're going to stay the way they are. Then, next up, the Automa gains 1 victory point extra for each landmark it has, and it has 2 landmarks. So then, next up, it will, let's see, we got to do the victory points, okay? So for the number of landmarks it has, that's times 2, so it's going to get 4 victory points. And then for the number of spaces it controls, times 2, so it's going to get 4 more victory points. Then how far is it on the military track? 2 spaces, times 1, 2 more. And science track, space 1, times 1. Then the tech track is on space 4, times 1. And on the exploration track, space 2, times 1. Also, it's going to be the first one doing the 3rd income phase, so it's going to get 3 victory points for that. Then we need to add 2 cards into the discard pile from the progress deck. And a Tapestry card gets placed here. Then a Tapestry card gets placed here. And then we shuffle up. Okay, so now we've got my income phase. So nothing happens here with with my isolationist yet. So let's see what we've got here. Which one of these do I want to play? I only have 1 landmark, so I would get 2, which really seems like a waste, but it might, for each advancement track where there are no further advanced tokens of yours, gain 4. That would be 2 because science, we're all tied, so no one is further advanced than me, and military, so I get 8 victory points for that. It's pretty good. Is that better than 2 resources? I think it is. I'm going to take the 8 victory points there, which puts me at 32. Okay, so then we need to do an upgrade, which obviously I only have this one thing to upgrade. Now it needs, the telescope needs somebody to be in tier 2 of the tech track. And fortunately, the Automa has just made it into tier 2. So I will get 1 victory point for each exploration tile that I have. I have 4 of them, so 4 victory points. That puts me at 36. And now that tech card, now that invention is completely upgraded, I'm definitely going to look at getting another tech card here. All right, so then need to get all the victory points that I get this go round. So let's look here. We have, well, let's don't forget this. So we get 1 victory point for this row right here, 2 victory points for my tech card, and then we go to the income. So 2 here, 1 worker, 2 food, and 2 culture, and then also 1 exploration tile. Okay. And 1 tapestry card. We've got Pirate Rule. This era, whenever you conquer a territory tile, gain the benefit on that tile in addition to the benefit of the conquer dice. All right, so now Automa's turn. Automa's going to go up on the military track. By the way, you can already see that the gap has narrowed. I now have 39 points, while the Automa is just 10 points behind me. But so the Automa goes up on the military track. It is going to conquer. All right, so valid hexes, any that can be conquered or explored. The toppled icon is there, so that means it can conquer adjacent to my territory. If the middle island achievement can no longer be gained, so instead we're going to look at if you have a one territory token or one token territory. I don't have any of those, so that's not it. Otherwise, closest to my territories. All right, so closest would be, it could get here or here. Those are the two that's able to conquer that are also closest to my territories. So the hex tiebreaker shows that we're going to start here and go up. So here, nope, nope. There, that's the one that's going to conquer. So there we go, and toppled. All right, so the Shadow Empire. See, look at this. He's going to take this. He's going to move. He's going to get that one right there. So that is the train station. That is so annoying. I need to push past him, but he's been going on the exploration track almost every turn so far in recent turns. But speaking of which, I think I need to go ahead and keep pushing this way. We need to try to catch up. So I'll spend one worker and one coin, and then I have to spend, or I'm sorry, no. We're not in that tier yet. We're still in tier 2. So one worker and one food to move here. I get this. All right, that's coins. And then I get to place a farm. I think I'll put it here. And then that row actually only needs 2 more buildings to be complete. And then I will spend this additional resource. Oh, yeah, watch this. Do I want to spend it to get... Yeah, all right, so I'm going to spend an additional resource. I'll spend coins to basically convert coins into food, because then I'll place this out. And we'll put it right there. Okay, so then I get 1, 2, 3 victory points. Oh, wait, if I did it here instead, that would actually be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 victory points. There we go. Which gets me to 44. And I get the food. So that goes up. So the Automa is going to go up on the tech track right there. And Shadow Empire is 1, 2, 3 away here. 4, 3 away there. So Shadow Empire, tiebreaker, exploration is still the one every time. But I am going to try to keep catching him. So 1 food, 1 coin, and 1 culture will move me here. We'll see, it takes 1 food and 2 of anything else. I'll gain 2 exploration tiles here. So worker and roll the science die are the 2 I get. And then I get to explore. See, I could put this right here to expand that out. So then it'd be potential 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which would give me 31 victory points at the end of the game. But I'm holding off because I'd like to be able to get to 6 total spaces in that territory. This might be this might be what I need to do, because if I roll this, I've got a shot at passing No, I think I'm actually going to, I think I'm just going to take the food. I think I'm going to do this one because that will let me move up one more time on this track. So that's 1, 2, 3 victory points there. And 1 food resource. Now I have 1 culture and 2 food. So the Automa is going to move up on the science track and gain 1 tapestry card. Meanwhile, the Shadow Empire on their favorite track, which of course is exploration down here. Okay, but on my turn, I'm going to spend 2 food and 1 culture to move here. That'll unlock this preservation. Put it there. So as you can see, 1 more will have that row full as well. That then lets me also get victory points for every farm that I have, which is 3 farms. And I can discard 2 exploration tiles to get 5 more victory points. I have several here I'm probably not going to use, so I think this one and this one are the 2 that I will discard. And that gets me 5 victory points. All right, so the Automa is going to move up on the military track. I'm definitely going to, next round is going to be very heavily focused on military because I need to start conquering. We'll see if I can, I need to conquer at least these 2 and maybe explore 1 more time potentially. Anyway, Shadow Empire, I got it right here. They took all of my landmarks from me, so I'm going to have to focus on getting those 2 from the military track instead. However, now I get to go into my income before the Automa for once. So again, nothing doing with this part right here. That will be my final income turn, my 5th income turn. I do get to play, definitely not doing Age of Wonders because I don't have the most or tied for the most with landmarks, but I'm going to do Pirate Rule for sure. This era, whenever you conquer a territory tile, gain the benefit on that tile in addition to the benefit of the conquered dice. Now, I'm the first one to go into income phase 4, so I'm going to get 3 resources. And I'm going to make 2 of those. Yeah, 2 will be culture, 1 will be food. Okay. Oh, I don't have anything to upgrade. That is a bummer. That was an oversight on my part. So nothing to upgrade, but let's see. Get 2 points for the tech card. 1 point for the completed row. 4 points up here. And all right, so that's all my victory points. Income, I get 2 coins, 1 worker, 3 food, and 2 culture, but I can't forget I also get another one of these. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. Okay. And tapestry card. Not that it probably isn't going to matter. Trap card, though, so if I do something where he can come and attack me, it might even be worth leaving myself open for attack, and then I can trap the Automa. But now the Automa takes another turn. So we've got the exploration track for the Automa. All right, so here we go. He's going to explore. And remember, he's going to not explore. He's going to explore as far away from my territory as possible. This one is 1, 2, 3 away. This one is 1, 2, 3. That's 2. So it's one of these 2 here. Looking at it like this. So down, 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 down. This one. And the Shadow Empire is going up on the military track for once. So let's think about this. I think I needed to go military first. So we'll spend 1 worker, or I'll spend 1 coin and 1 culture. And that moves me up 1 on the military track, to gunpowder, I can now conquer. And I will conquer here. So I need to roll a conquer dice. Oh, now this is okay. So this is pretty cool. All right, I'm going to take this benefit. So which was the market. So I get this market. Put it there. That's from the conquer dice. Then, because of pirate rule, I get that benefit again. All right, I'll put it here. And now I've completed that 3x3 grid, so I get a resource, and I'll take culture, bump me up there. Or do I want to take food? I'll actually take... No, I'm going to take culture because I'm going to try to get those landmarks. Okay, so I'm take culture. And so that resolves the conquer portion of gunpowder. The next thing, though, is to get a tapestry card, which, again, probably isn't going to matter too much. Get Age of Discovery. When played, roll the science die. All players must advance in the resulting track. Only you gain the benefit. You may pay to gain the bonus. And then I can pay a resource to gain an armory. So I'll pay a worker. Gain an armory. Put it right there, so that completes that row. Okay, so that's my turn. That was a pretty decent turn right there. All right, so the Automa deck is empty, and the Automa's going to take an income turn now. So first it's going to gain, first it needs to check if it's in the right favorite spots. It is the most advanced here, so that's fine. Shadow Empire, clearly. We've been complaining about that all game. It's fine, okay. So now for its civilization card, the engineers, it has 4 landmarks, so it's going to get 4 victory points. Then it's going to get, again for landmarks, 4 times 2 is 8. And then it controls 3 territories times 2 is 6. On the military track, it's in space 4 times 1. And the science track, space 2 times 1. And the tech track, space 5 times 2, and on the exploration track, space 3 times 2. All right, so we added 2 more cards to this deck. We put a tapestry card here and a tapestry card here, and then we got to shuffle this up, and that is their income turn. All right, so what I tell you, don't feel bad for the Ultima because they now have pulled ahead of me, 69 to 62. All right, but I am going to get a landmark now. We're going to go ahead and do this. Now, for tanks, I get a benefit if I conquer a territory that has another outpost. Basically, I would have to go through here, and hopefully there's no traps in there. These are all of the tapestry cards the Automa has. However, the benefit is just getting both conquer dice. Honestly, I'm more worried about making sure I control that swath of land that I've been talking about. So I think I'm not going to worry about coming after this guy, and instead we're going to keep taking over this land to try to maximize my end of game victory points. So this is going to cost me 1 culture and then 2 of any other resource. So obviously one of them is going to be right there. The other one will be this food. That moves me to there. All right, so now I'm going to conquer. Ooh, hold on. Wait. Back up. Actually, put those back where they were. Actually, in order to take advantage of this, I need to be conquering an area that has a benefit for that tile. Right now, this is the one I want to take because that's part of that landmass I'm trying to take. It doesn't have a benefit. So instead, I think I'm going to explore and put this out over here in order to push that landmass out farther. So to explore, I'm going to need kind of the same thing, basically. Spend the same stuff. I'll spend 1 food, 1 coin, and 1 culture to move here. I get 2 exploration tiles. Ooh, hold on. This might be good. I want another tech card. just so that I have something to upgrade at the end of the game. None of those tech cards are really that... I think in the end, this might be of greater benefit to me. Oh, man. This is a tough choice. Let's see how it looks out here. Let's see if I do it like this, then I could go one more there. What about this one? Same thing. I'm gonna go with the armory. Oh, wait. No, assembly line actually is going to be really good. Okay, I am going to go with the tech card. So here we go. Let me show you. So put that right there. I'm just going to get 1 victory point for that placement. Puts me at 63. I get a tech card. I'm going to take assembly line because when I upgrade it at the end of this, during my next income phase, this ability will allow me to trigger that ability again, and I'll get victory points for all of these exploration tiles I have sitting over here in my hand. So that will actually work out really well. Now for my bonus action, I could pay a resource to get a Tapestry card. I'm not going to do that. And the tech card that replaces it is Radio. Tier 2 gives you, or second level gives you 3 victory points. Third level gives you a new civilization, which could be really good mid-game. Probably not a big deal here at the end. So I'm not going to worry about that too much. All right, so now for the Automa. The Automa is going to go on the military track. Starting to do some conquering here. Let's see. He can conquer adjacent to me because of this symbol right there. So let's go down this real quick. All right, so basically we're looking at here, 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 except the tiebreaker is going to be closest to my territory. Actually, if I have 1 token territory closest to that territory, this is the 1 token territory. So this one is 1 or 1, 2. This one is 1, 2, 3. So they're going to go there. So they conquer there. Now this is a kind of a problem. Put that on there. They now have 2 toppled outposts, which means they do get this award, this achievement. That's 10 victory points. Puts them at 79. I kind of anticipated that. I'm just hoping that my territory bonus at the end of the game for the isolationists ends up being enough to offset that. Yeah. Okay. So then here with the Shadow Empire, 2 away from the end there. That's where he's going, right there. All right, so for me now, I'm definitely going to go do tanks now. So that's going to be 1 culture. I'm going to use 2 food for that. And I'll conquer here. And I will put my final cube there. All right, so let's roll these dice. All right, so I can get victory points based off of how many territories I control, or I can get a culture. I'm going to take the victory points at this point in the game. 1, 2... Ooh, hold on. No, I'm not. I'll show you why. Because this would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is how many that would be. If I take this culture, right, then next turn I'll probably do the military track 1 more time, and that'll be that would get me. I would spend here, and basically what I end up with is that, right? So I'd have 1 culture left over, and then I could use that culture to move up on the tech track, which would let me place this guy. And at the end of the game, in my income phase, I'll get 10 victory points for having him out, which obviously is more than the 6 I'll get otherwise. So yeah, so I'm taking that culture right there. And then because of the piracy, the pirate rule, I do get another tech because that's the bonus there. I guess I'll take radio. Why not? The new one that comes out is Comm Tower. Level 2 is 5 victory points. Level 3 is the Comm Tower. All right, so that was... Oh, but let's not forget, tanks gives me a landmark. Specifically, the tank factory. Oh, we can put it right there and take up that entire section and get a resource right there. I think I'll take food. It's probably not going to matter, really. Anyway, we'll take food. Okay. So I think that's everything. So now the Automa's turn. Okay, we have the Automa is going to move on the tech track. Nothing happens there. One more time, they're going to get a landmark though. And then the Shadow Empire is going to finish off with warp gates there. So they have completed the exploration track, which means that they take that spot right there. Now, that's not victory points that are added to the Automa. It just blocks anybody from getting those victory points. Okay, so now I'm going to use all 3 of my culture that I have left to move up to war planes here and conquer this last territory there. All right, so that is irrelevant. So instead, we will definitely use that one, which means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 victory points gets me up to 70. So now I'm trailing by 9 points, and then there's nothing else. I could spend a resource to get a Tapestry card. I'm not going to do that. That's not worth it. Okay. All right, so here we've got the Automa is going to go on its favorite track, which is the tech track, and it gets the rubber works. And it's also going to clear out these cards right here. So Warship, which would give a worker and then conquer on level 3. Sewage and plumbing, culture on level 2, armory on level 3. Calendar, culture on level 2, 7 victory points on level 3. All right, and then the Shadow Empire is going to move up on the science track. The question becomes, I have 2 food left. I could do one of 2 things. I can move up here and get that hut that I was telling you about. What hut? The market. Or I could move to Space Shuttle and get victory points for my tech cards, discard 3 of my exploration tiles, and get 10 victory points. I think the end result of doing the hut is actually going to... Actually, maybe instead of the hut, why do I keep calling that? The market. The end result of that is going to be more beneficial when combined with some other things that I think will happen here. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. Spend the 1 food, and that will move there. I will get this market, which reveals biometrics, which are worth 10 victory points, and I'll put it here, which completes that column there, so that's good. All right, so now the Automa, wherever it's nearest the end of a track or a landmark. So here it's 3 away from a landmark. There, no. Over here it's 2 away from a landmark. So this is the one that's going to move on right there, which means it's going to roll the science die, which means it's going to move on the tech track right there. And then for the Automa, whichever track it's nearest the end of. So it already has completed the exploration track, so that doesn't count. So the one that's closest to the end would be a tie between tech and science. And you'll see that tech is going to go first. So it moves right there. All right, so now for me, I'm going to use that food to move up on the science track. Oh, no, I messed up. Oh, I didn't plan this out right. And that is the only one I can move up on right now. Oh, no. I was thinking I had one more resource. If I could have used that bonus, then I would have put it here. I would have gotten a resource for completing that square, which also would have given me basically I would have gotten a resource for that, which then would have let me move up on science one more time, get another house, and put it here to complete that column. So then at the end of the game, I would have had 1, 2 columns completed and 3 rows completed. Oh, that sucks. I hate when I do that. Okay, well, instead I just get the Tapestry card, which really probably is pointless. What do we got here? Mercantilism. This era, when you gain income, you may convert food to any other resource. For each food you convert, gain 2 victory points. All right, so Automa's turn. Whichever one they're nearest the end, they will move on, which is going to be tech. Okay. And the Shadow Empire will move on, well, their favorite, they've already completed, so, and which happened to be exploration, so they're going to move on science. So now I'm going to have my final income turn. So let's see where I'm going to end up. All right, so first off, my civilization bonus, I have this grassland territory here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those, which you can see right here gives me 31 points. So that's going to put me at 101. So 101. All right, then down here, I can upgrade, which I will upgrade assembly line, which then is going to let me trigger the square or the third level of telescope, which is victory points for each exploration tile I have. And I have 6 of those. So that puts me at 107. So now I need to collect the victory points for everything else here on my income board. So first, I get 3 for each of my tech cards, so that's 9 points. And then I get 10 points here, 126. And then I get 1 victory point for each row and column that's complete, which we said we have 1, 2, 3. Yep, 3. And then here we get 4 victory points. So that gets me up to 133. And we get 1 victory point for each territory we control. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 140. I do not think that's a really low score, y'all. I'm not sure what happened this game, but even in the games that I'm losing, I'm scoring higher than that. So this is interesting. We'll see. But I mean, look at the Automa though. He's fairly low at the moment too, but I mean, he's probably gonna score a lot of points this time. All right, so the Automa is gonna go up on the military track. So that's gonna be a conquer. And he's going to try to get as close to my single outpost areas as possible, which I believe will be this one, because that's only 1, 2, 3 away, whereas this one is 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so he's going to go here. And then the Shadow Empire, whichever one's closest to the end, which we said is actually a tie between tech and science. So science will go. Oh, and that's the apothecary now gets added. Those are going to kill me. You watch. Okay, and so that's the end of that turn. But then I have already ended my game, so now the Automa will go again. The deck is now empty. They're going to take an income turn. So the Automa, like I said, has 6 landmarks. So because of the engineer civilization that they are, they get 6 victory points. That's 85. Remember, I am at 140. Okay, so now it doesn't really matter so much when you're playing level 2. I guess it matters more with higher levels. But at this point, you do need to change the Automa, the Automa's favorite track if necessary. So Automa is still good. They're still in the lead. They haven't finished this track. However, the Shadow Empire has finished their track, so now they'll move to where they are the farthest up, or to where they are in the lead or the farthest up, which in this case is science. Or, okay, I'm sorry, excuse me. Technically, it's to the point where, to the track, they changed to the track where they are the closest to getting either the end of the track or a landmark, which is science track. So we did put it in the right spot. All right. So next up, anything with their civilization. Okay, so this one I should have done that. I did that a little bit early, but we're good. Now the rest of the victory points. So here's the moment of truth, y'all. The first thing is they have 6 landmarks times 3. So that's 18 points. So it's at 103. Next number, territories they control times 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 15 points. That's 118. On the military track, they're at 6 times 2. That's 12. Oh, see, yeah, he's going to beat me. Here we go. And on the science track, he's at 3 times 2. That's 6. Tech track, he's at 9 times 3. And on the exploration track, he's at 3 times 3. So final score, 174 to 140. That's pretty much the way this frequently goes. This Automa is tough, y'all, especially with that little Shadow Empire helping him. Now let me show you, if it had worked out the way I was hoping, these two would have come off. All right. So I would have actually done this, right? So I would have, what I say, that's a total of 5 rows and columns, right? And each of them would have been worth 2 points. So instead of the 3 points I got for it before, I would have gotten 10 points. So that would put me at 147. So I still would have lost. It would have looked a little bit better, but I still would have lost in the end. Okay, so there you go. That is pretty much the way it goes for me right now with this Automa. I'm going to keep trying. I mean, I really enjoy this game solo, so I'm going to keep trying, and maybe I'll finally be able to figure out how to take this guy down, move on to level 3. I do want to point out, though, that that early on in this game, I made a mistake where the Automa actually, or not the Automa, the Shadow Empire, I gave them the benefit of a science roll, and that science roll moved them up 1 space on the Explorer track. If they hadn't done that, I may have been able to stay in front of them, and that could have really changed a lot, because those 3 landmarks that the Shadow Empire took might have been the difference. I didn't go back and calculate it to figure it out, but that might have been the difference. It certainly would have been a lot closer, at least. Anyway, it's neither here nor there. I messed with the rules, and I paid for it. I do hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't. And if you enjoyed this video, you can always click the bell. Lots more videos coming out. We've got some 7th content coming up. We've got War for Indigar coming up. And I'm going to get some Kingdom Death back out again, too. I really want to get y'all a video of the fight with the Slender Man, who I haven't fought yet. So I may show you my very first fight with him when that's coming up. I'm like 3 Lantern years away from that. So anyway, thanks again for watching. Find me on Twitter at boredonlineboardoffline. And until next time, if you're bored online, board offline.